The Black Dahlia murder. A case so chilling, it has haunted the American psyche for over 75 years. In January 1947, the brutalized body of Elizabeth Short was discovered in Los Angeles, sparking one of the most infamous unsolved crimes in history. Who was she, and why did her murder captivate the world? To this day, her case remains an enigma, shrouded in speculation and intrigue. Elizabeth Short, later dubbed the Black Dahlia by the press, was a 22-year-old aspiring actress whose life came to a tragic end in January 1947. Her body was found in a vacant lot in Los Angeles, brutally mutilated and displayed in a way that shocked even the most seasoned investigators. This gruesome discovery marked the beginning of one of the most notorious unsolved murders in American history, drawing national attention and sparking a frantic investigation that would grip the nation. The central question that has haunted investigators and the public for decades is simple yet maddeningly elusive. Who killed Elizabeth Short? The horrific nature of the crime posed an immediate challenge. Elizabeth's body was not only brutally mutilated but also carefully posed, leading authorities to believe her killer had a chilling sense of control and a twisted need for attention. Over the years, dozens of suspects emerged, each with their own shadowy connections to the case. From drifters and aspiring actors to prominent doctors and criminals, the theories ran wild. One of the most infamous suspects was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy and eccentric physician whose dark history and questionable behavior made him a prime candidate in the eyes of many. Others speculated that the crime could have been the work of a deranged stranger, or even a copycat inspired by sensationalized media coverage. Yet, despite the countless interviews, leads, and confessions, many of which turned out to be false, no one has ever been officially charged. The sheer complexity of the case, combined with the lack of definitive evidence, has made it one of the most enduring mysteries in criminal history. The question remains, was the killer someone close to Elizabeth, or a predator who simply saw an opportunity? When Elizabeth Short's body was discovered on the morning of January 15, 1947, the crime scene left investigators stunned. Her body had been severed in half at the waist, completely drained of blood, and posed in a grotesque manner. The precision of the cuts suggested medical knowledge, leading investigators to suspect someone with surgical expertise. Yet, no physical evidence, no fingerprints, no murder weapon was left behind. The killer had been meticulous. The press quickly seized on the story, dubbing Elizabeth the Black Dahlia, a nickname inspired by her rumored love of black clothing and a popular film noir at the time. Sensational headlines and lurid details about her personal life turned the case into a media circus, overshadowing the investigation and distorting public perception of Elizabeth as a person. The LAPD poured resources into solving the case, following up on hundreds of leads. Several suspects emerged, including Dr. George Hodel, whose son would later claim to have evidence implicating his father. Another notable suspect was Mark Hansen, a nightclub owner who allegedly had a contentious relationship with Elizabeth. Still, each lead ended in frustration, and the killer's true identity remained elusive. Amid the frenzy, the police received a chilling letter from someone claiming to be the killer, taunting them and enclosing items that supposedly belonged to Elizabeth. The letter only deepened the mystery, adding to the macabre allure of the case that continues to fascinate and frustrate to this day. One of the most compelling theories centers around Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy physician whose name has become synonymous with the Black Dahlia case. Years after the murder, Hodel's son, Steve Hodel, a retired LAPD detective, began investigating his father and uncovered a series of chilling connections. Steve Hodel found photographs of a woman resembling Elizabeth Short among his father's belongings, raising suspicions that George knew her personally. Even more shocking were recordings from an LAPD bug planted in Hodel's home in 1950. On the tapes, Hodel was heard making cryptic statements, including, "Supposin' I did kill the Black Dahlia. They can't prove it now. They can't talk to my secretary because she's dead." Hodel also had the medical expertise to carry out the gruesome dismemberment, and his behavior suggested a disturbing lack of remorse. Additionally, Steve Hodel linked his father to other unsolved murders, believing George might have been a serial killer operating in the shadows. Despite these revelations, no definitive evidence has emerged to confirm George Hodel as Elizabeth Short's killer. His connections to the crime remain circumstantial, leaving his alleged guilt a chilling possibility, but not a certainty. The theory has divided investigators and true crime enthusiasts, leaving many wondering, was George Hodel the mastermind behind one of history's most infamous murders? Or was the real killer someone still hidden in the shadows? The Black Dahlia murder remains one of the most perplexing and chilling mysteries in American history. From the brutal crime scene to the media frenzy, the investigation unearthed countless suspects and theories, each more haunting than the last. While suspects like Dr. George Hodel have emerged as compelling possibilities, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to solve the case. To this day, Elizabeth Short's tragic death continues to captivate and confound, leaving us with a haunting question. Will the truth ever come to light? What do you think happened to Elizabeth Short? Could one of the suspects we discussed be the killer? Or is the truth still out there waiting to be uncovered? Share your theories in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more true crime stories like this one, and check out our next video on another chilling unsolved mystery. Thanks for watching.